welcome back to The Average Kitchen. Got kind of a fun episode for you today. My old buddy Jamie has been a big fan of the Foreman Grill for a long time. You may remember we did a video a while back where we actually put it to the test, a 25-year-old Foreman Grill, and ran it up against a new Ninja indoor grill. It was a fun video. So Jamie, his favorite thing in the kitchen is the dishwasher. Hands down his favorite thing. So Jamie reached out to me recently and said they just came out with a new Foreman Grill that's completely submersible in water and can go in the dishwasher, which Jamie loved. So I'm like, let's get it, let's review it. So Jamie shows up today and this is the box. So I'm like, okay, how big is this grill? Well, Jamie pulls it out. That's it. That's the whole grill. Very, very, very small. Let's do a quick measurement on it. 10 inches long, 7 inches wide. Cool concept. You'll see in the back here, this is where the plugins go. This is what the plug-in looks like here. Obviously this part does not go in the water. So what they say is that it's got this technology which allows, you can see how, allows for some thickness. I don't know if you can see that in the camera there, Jamie. Allows for some thickness based on the way that they have this kind of hinge designed. But what they suggest is that it needs to be, if you're cooking two things, they need to be of the relative same thickness. So according to the box, 30% faster preheat. Now, in order to measure that, I guess we would have to remember what the preheat process was on the last Foreman. But just for fun, I'm gonna plug this in. You'll see a red indicator here. No on-off button, which is very consistent with Foreman. And let's just go with a stopwatch and let's see how long it takes to preheat that. All right, roughly just over 4.5 minutes. It does suggest, because the whole thing gets hot, that you need some sort of oven mitt to open that. So now the big question becomes with this, how long do I cook these steaks for? Maybe I should cook them as long as I cook them on the barbecue and add a bit. So I'm gonna try to do 4 minutes aside. And that may be a little bit much. Let's do 3 minutes aside and we'll see, then we'll let them rest and we'll see how they turn out. All right, so timer's just about to go off here. There it is. We're gonna flip these end over end because as you can see, this end here is not getting nearly as much love as the other end.
Nice grill mark.
So I see now that's come down a little bit more. Okay, nice grill marks, Jamie said, yep. So we'll give that another 3 minutes and then we'll have a look. All right, so that's the end of our cook. A little bit inconsistent, a little bit more cook in this area than some of the others. So it actually feels pretty good. We're aiming for medium rare, but unfortunately, the challenge with this product is there is no temperature control, there's no on and off switch, and there's no indication that we can find at all what they suggest or what they say that the actual temperature of the grill is. So it's 100% a guessing game. That being said, we're gonna let these steaks rest. I'm gonna put some foil over them, let these rest. I think I'm just gonna take a piece of paper towel, give this a quick wipe, and then we're gonna throw on a couple marinated chicken breasts. So keeping in mind that this is still on, because there is no George Foreman on and off switch technology. You'll see that there's slots in the grill. That's because there's a grease trap underneath. All right, so 2 full-size chicken breasts here marinated in a little bit of avocado oil, basil and oregano, and I hope that it's actually they're both gonna fit, which I think will. So I'd say the lid is not preheated, listen to that sizzle. So I have no idea how long these are gonna take. I'm gonna probably time them for maybe like, I don't know, 12 minutes, 13 minutes and flip them. And then eventually we'll put a meat probe in them and see what the internal temperature is. All right, so as mentioned, this is a bit of a guessing game. There's a very loosely based chart in the very small book. Typically chicken was 9 to 13 minutes. We're about 5 or 6 minutes into the cook. I think I'll maybe give it a flip. I must admit, it does look pretty decent actually. So it doesn't look too bad. Listen to that sizzle. So let's talk about price point. This bad boy was $100 US, so about $130, $135 Canadian. Not cheap, especially compared to some of the indoor grills that you can get that we've reviewed. Jamie will put a link somewhere up here. We've done Ninja, we've done Cosori, we've done the Insta Indoor Grill. We've done quite a few that are obviously not $100, but not that much more than this. So far for what you get, for what you pay, not impressed. So we're 10 minutes into the cook. I noticed that sometimes the green light's on, sometimes the red light's on, so I think it sort of goes back and forth with maintaining temperature. Visually, the chicken looks good. I see their point about the different thicknesses of chicken, how that could be a problem the way that the actual lid comes down, because this one is actually thicker than this one. But I think it's virtually, with chicken especially, virtually impossible to get two chicken breasts, like these are Costco chicken breasts, two chicken breasts that are the exact same thickness. Impossible. I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes. Never mess around with chicken as far as doneness of the chicken, but after another 5, I'll throw my probe into the bigger piece and see where we're at. We're supposed to be, it's got this little chart on the back. Actually, the link to this will be in the description. I think it's about 20 bucks. Awesome instant thermometer. 165 Fahrenheit, 74 Celsius is the desired internal cook temp on chicken that you want. So we're in the tail end of our cook on our chicken here. Our steak has rested, so I wanted to cut into it and see how it looks. So it's more on the medium side. I guess it's medium rare-ish. Texture feels firm, which I don't love. It tastes better than it looks. When I say that is because there's a lot of unevenness here. You'll see, Jamie, here to here. Definitely tastes like steak. Does it taste as good as a barbecue or even an indoor grill that we've reviewed before? Zero chance. All right, so in total, 16-minute cook. I'm gonna flip that open. Visually looks pretty good. Pretty nice color. Let's take the old probe here and just give it a try. So it's showing it's cooked. That one even more, not surprisingly, because of the thickness of that. So I'm going to throw some foil over that, tent it, let it rest. Gordon Ramsay always says you should let your meat rest for as long as you cooked it for. So we're gonna pull this out here. I'm gonna set it on there. And then these two pieces, as you can see here, we're gonna let them cool down, and then we're gonna completely submerge them in some soapy dishwater. All right, so the cool down period is pretty much done. I think these are submersible. You're probably wondering, now where did Marc get this amazing Average Kitchen merch? Well,
funny you should ask.
We just launched our Average Kitchen merch store. The link to the merch store is in the description, so check it out. I have some really cool stuff there. So we're gonna head over to the sink. First, I'm gonna have a little quick look and see. This is the George Foreman grease trap, so I do not want to submerge that in the water. So let's head over to the sink. I'm gonna drop that in there. Maybe gonna give it a second to soak. In the meantime, I'm gonna dump out that tray. I have a little bowl going here. And then we'll give that a rinse. And that's also gonna go into the water. All right, so I just got a rubber brush here, and we'll just have a quick look at how well this, okay. So that's coming off pretty good. So I think the next thing we'll try is something that maybe is a little bit more suitable, or something that'd probably be done a little bit more often with this. And that is just doing a very, very simplistic grilled cheese sandwich. All right, so I just started out, I jumped ahead a little bit, threw that sandwich on there, basically 2 pieces of bread, buttered on both sides, a couple cheese slices in the middle. While we're waiting, let's check out our chicken here. So it's been resting for 10 or 15 minutes. So it's certainly cooked all the way through, which is perfect, was obviously what we want. So let's try it. So the inside's really nice. The outside has kind of this weird texture to it. I'm not sure why, but it does, but it's fine. All right, so let's have a look at our grilled cheese. Ooh, okay. Probably not a need to flip, but let's just flip it just the same. Well, the cheese does look pretty melted. Let's just give that a couple minutes. No, maybe not even a couple minutes. Let's give it a minute, and we'll pop it out, cut it open. All right, so, I mean, first glance is that is maybe what this is better designed for, is like a panini press. I mean, that's a grilled cheese, right? I mean, maybe could have been a little bit more melted there, but Perfect. All right, so our last test, a couple burgers. You can see that that's ripping hot. Frozen burgers from Costco, barely fit. Now we're gonna see if she starts to smoke. All right, let's give these a flip. And I noticed that, I don't even think you need the glove to flip those, but working left-handed here. Switch to my right. Well, the texture of these is less than desirable. It's a little bit sloppy and floppy, yep. So the smoke certainly isn't that bad. These are starting to look better, getting a little bit of cross sear on them. All right, so I would say these are done. Let me hit the on and off switch here. As mentioned in the average kitchen here before, we're in Canada, and in Canada we usually cook our burgers through, not like our American friends who sometimes like their burgers more on the medium rare side. So you can save your chirps. That's how we roll. We're gonna go real simple here, just with some ketchup and mustard, and let's give this a try. All right, so first glance, let's cook through. Still hot. Let's see what it tastes like. Hot. It's just okay. Like, I think it's much like the chicken. Like, it, I don't know, gives this like weird exterior texture to it. Maybe I'm being overly critical because right off the hop I haven't been too positive about this product, but All right, so let's talk about this product. In my view, for what you get and what I believe their target audience or target market would be, it's priced way too high. I'm thinking, so I said roughly $100 US. I'm thinking that this should be like a $59 product. $69 at the most for what you get. When you think about, you can buy an indoor grill that also is an air fryer and dehydrator and this and that or whatever for $150 or $140, and you're paying $100 for this. I just think it's way overpriced. Jamie and I were just talking about, like, okay, what are the pros and cons? The only pro for me is the size and the cleaning. And that's only a pro if you have limited space in your kitchen to be able to store things. Is it a bonus to be able to take this apart and throw the individual pieces right in your dishwasher and be done with it? For sure it is, absolutely. And is it a pro for you because maybe you're single or maybe you're just a couple that only is cooking for 2 people and you don't need this big honking thing and then have to clean the whole thing? Yeah, maybe that's a positive. For me, family of 4, would be completely useless. Would it be handy on a weekend where my kids want a grilled cheese and I can throw that throw a grilled cheese in that real quick? Sure, but is it any more difficult than just throwing it in a pan on the stove? I don't think so. It presses it. Maybe that's kind of a bit of a novelty if you were making a panini, which that's not really my thing. So I think it's priced way too high. I think for me it's way too small. Jamie said it hates the fact that it doesn't have an on and off switch. Like, you want to turn this off, you got to unplug it. I don't know, I don't love that. And 0 temperature control. You have no idea what your temperature is, and you have no ability to bring it up or down. It's basically on or off, that's it. So it's simplistic in design, but then why is it $100? That's our video. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.